So cool to find someone playing the MSQ. You really need to refresh yourself on the story of A Realm Reborn. I'm glad. And I am I am a guy playing basically exclusively the MSQ. Like, that's the experiment. I'm making Final Fantasy XIV the movie. Right here we're about 2.5 hours into the fifth part. But yeah, I'm merging everything into these giant 12-hour videos and making a playlist of them. So if anybody was ever bored and just wanted to put something playing on YouTube for 360 hours, they've got this. But I'm glad you like it. Now, the matter of Ramuh has, for the present, been put to rest. There is something I would show you, old. It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogulmog the 12th, may his reign last eternal, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our number who have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. Oh, hi, kitty. Hop on up. I, too, must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you've done. In the course of your duties, you've never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, old, and Eorzea is a much safer place for your presence. Meow. Pray, do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in the realm until such a time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own. And that is to say nothing of the beast tribes, unless we learn to live in harmony. The primals, too, will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow. And there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Are you still meowing? What's this stuck in your fur? You have gummy bears in your fur, kitty? I got you. Oh. Of the sylphs of little solace, we who wish not of conflict. Of the Alamegans and Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there are the many unsung individuals who have gathered here in Revenant's Toll, honest men and women who seek to employ their skill for the good of all. Of course, you're biting me, kitty. I will bite you back, I'll do it. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Whew, I'm trying to read this while a cat is actively biting me. It's difficult. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, Antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you duly if I absent myself for a time. Riange? No. This guy. You finally worried about your sister? Alpha, no. I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air's simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message you from, you recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing. They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass her thanks on to you. That one was kind of bothering me a little bit. Why, Alphino, am I to understand that you made an effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Hold, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozan was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Now this is ideal. My cat has hopped down and is lying on my feet. I'm keeping them very, very warm. He is not built for winter, and I am. But my toes are still very, very cold. Yo, Zan! Look, it's Mr. Old. He's back from his adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us, Mr. Old? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion, then? Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltonay, did you know that Mr. Old is back? How it would seem. Welcome home, Old. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Ascians, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonay. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman youngsters in the arts of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we're not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we were just asking Mr. Old if he could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent in your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Old? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Ori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Mayhaps I am, but what matters is the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What do you say, Old? Would you consent to spar with me? Yeah. Hurrah! We're gonna have a tournament. Come, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. Do try not to disappoint them, then. Have faith, Courtenay. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The fields to the east town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. Okay. Whoop. I had a thought I wanted to share, but it's gone now. There's a whole lot of story. And there's Ruruka! She helped us fight Ramu. She main tanked that thing. She's probably just better geared than me. I have paid zero attention to things. Wait. She's ahead of us. She is probably doing the story without reading everything out loud. Which makes sense. That was probably the last we'll ever see of her. We could have been best friends. Lifelong friendship now gone forever. Hello? 'Twas good of you to agree to this, Old. I trust you're ready to begin? Yeah. Very well, let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Hori, are you certain you want to fight him alone? That is Old you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Old to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall aid my spells to your blade work. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Ida, what? Who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Old's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easy. He's a master swordman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall soon see. On your guard. Hey. Gone. Wow. Had to give him the first few hits for free. You know, mind games. Hey. Such power. Your tails barely do you justice. Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? It's not over yet. It can't be. You're next, kids. The children have the right of it. This time I join the fray. Hori! Huh. Oh no, he looks hurt. Mr. Old is so strong, but you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Can't disappoint the younglings, Garg! Never have I faced such strength, but the lesson must continue. And he's dead. You have bested me. I yield. That was incredible. He beat them both at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose, Old. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I've much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Those were some good-looking NPCs. Honestly, I kind of want to steal her look. Like that black armor. Pretty nice. Yeah, see her? There she goes. Impressive as always, Old. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles of these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yeah, that is the most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? It was at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartno. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why Grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans were a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for the desire to continue Grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. Hop on up, kitty. Yeah, I beat him. It was a good fight. It was fun. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, often infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words. I believe Grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew to a fervent wish, a wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of the Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. And if you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Okay? That was quite the elevator pitch. Whoop. An elevator pitch being like a 15-minute of explanation of what your business is. In case you were unfamiliar. Ba-boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Boogobert. He's not in here. He's over here. Well, well, well. He's back. Well, if it isn't Jehudzik. Hi, Josh. How are you? I do appreciate the subscription from yesterday. It's good to see you again. I mean, I'm back basically every day. This time every single day, at least. Thank you for coming, old. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. Okay, not every day, but Monday through Friday, this exact time. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Tenacity? I don't know which one's for tanks.